Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another Sims 4 speed build. I hope you're all doing well. Today I am building a family home with a twist. It's underground. So as you can see, I started off by using the basement tool and removing the ceiling, which I had completely forgotten how to do, so I had to Google that before I could make this house. But I wanted this house to be kind of light inside, so as you can see here, I'm using a pool to create a sort of fish tank indoors, which I will elaborate on later, and I have a link in the description down below on a tutorial on how to make it from one of my friends called Everson. I asked if I could use their idea in this video, and they graciously said yes I could. And so if you want to find a tutorial on how to make the fish tank that I will be showing you later, then hop over to their channel. The link is in the description down below. So yeah, I started out with the basement, and I wanted to get the outside kind of landscaped before I did anything on the inside, because I wanted to well, put some plants and trees and things like that in and make it kind of decorative and pretty before I started doing anything inside. Because I also wanted to create a couple of light wells to make sure that the bedrooms actually had some light in them, some natural light, because it could be a bit gloomy if your bedroom has like no natural light whatsoever. I mean, it'd be a lot easier to sleep all day, but but I think it would be kind of depressing. So I created a light well at the back, but I wanted to do this landscaping first so that I could get an idea on you know, what sort of covering for the light well would work with the landscaping that I had going on. So I tried to use mostly base game items for this because I've noticed that a lot of my things that I've uploaded to the gallery tend to use items from a lot of packs, and I'm aware that a lot of people don't have all of those packs, so I wanted to create something that was interesting, being an underground lot, but not using as many packs as I usually do. The fish tank you need to have, is it the dine out one? I think it's that one. Yeah, because you need to have the fish tank that comes with that pack. And I think I used a couple of items from Tiny Living just to get the stuff to fit in there, and I think I also used I don't know if it's from Get Together or Apartment Life, but there's like a built-in wardrobe thing that only takes up 2 tiles, and I use that as well. So I think those are the only items outside of base game that I used. As most of the start of this build, I actually just used base game items because I thought the landscaping I can probably just get away with doing base game items, because I was only sort of doing ground cover and a little bit of colour. As you can see here, I've got plants and flowers and bushes and things like that, and I didn't really need to use any of the stuff from the other packs because it was kind of not really like tropically themed. Jesus, I cannot say that word. It wasn't really tropically themed or anything, so I thought, you know, just standard base game stuff would work fine. But yeah, as you can see there, I've built kind of like a trellis roofed like building thing, which I wanted to have there just as so that the house had got some outside space to do like a barbecue or whatever, because even though it's got the courtyard on the inside, I thought it'd be quite nice to have this outside space as well, so that you're not just stuck being down in that dip below the ground. But yeah, I mean, I'm quite happy with this outside space. There's also a lot of free space there on the grass, as you can see, which I was originally thinking of maybe putting like the monkey bars in or something, just to give it some interest, because this house is a family house, so you could have kids here. But then I decided to just leave it empty, so then you guys can decide what you want to do with it yourselves, so that you know, you've got the space to play around and add in whatever you might want to add in. Here you can see this is where I'm making the light well for the master bedroom. I used the basement tool and then just put that stuff over the top there, and then I just kind of covered it with plants a little bit so that you can't see straight down into the master bedroom. But then I use these huge windows, and as you can see it lets in a lot of natural light. As well, the fish tank does too. But here you can see I'm just making the actual fish bit of the fish tank. What you do is you shrink down the fish tank as much as possible, and then you can kind of cover it in rocks and stuff, and then it kind of hides that that's there. And then in the live playtest at the end, you get to see that you just move one of the rocks out of the way, and you get your sim to fully stock the fish tank and move the rock back, and you have a giant fish tank. I mean, you can do this with as many fish tanks as you like, and whichever fish you'd like. So yeah, it's a really cool idea. I'm glad that I saw that on my subscription feed. Because that sort of inspired me to finally have a stab at an underground house, because I've made some for my own playthroughs before, like my own my own games, but I've kind of never filmed making them because they were always quite small, and they were always for a specific sim, for a specific purpose, and a couple of them I did before I really started filming my Sims builds, so it's kind of a long time ago, and just giving you a tour of them would kind of be weird. I think I did 2 or 3, so I decided to because of that lovely video by Eversun, decided to finally do a video showing me building an underground house, an underground family house. So as you can see, I'm keeping the colour scheme kind of like, sort of pale neutral whites, creams, and then sort of that pop of orange or like a light wood, just to try and keep it quite light under here, because as I was saying about needing the light wells in the master bedroom, it is a little bit dark in some of the corners, especially in the kitchen, because it's like furthest away from the windows. Even though it's like right next to that fish tank thing, it's still like the darkest part of the room. So yeah, I wanted to keep the colours quite light, because then I thought, I mean, then it can go with any accessories that you might want to put in there if you want to download this for your own game. But then also it keeps the room quite light and airy, and stops it from becoming like a dark hole in the ground. So yeah, I've just arranged everything, like the main room stuff, all around this fish tank. So there's like the living room there with the TV on the wall, and the kitchen, and then finally here you can see I am adding in like a sort of office space. I even managed to get an easel in there, which does actually work, because I did test that, but I think I forgot to film that part because I saved it in like two separate video files, and I think I didn't like record the bit with the testing of the easel, but yeah, I did test it. So yeah, everything in this house does work because I did play test it. A bit of the play test at the end you'll see where I'm just double checking the double bed in the master bedroom so that you can get in on both sides. So it does work, and you can get 3 Sims in this house, or maybe more. I mean, you could probably put another bed into the kids or teenagers bedroom, which I'm starting work on now, because I mean, you could definitely get another bed into you could probably get a double bed in here actually, because you can get in on both sides. It's just, it seemed a bit cramped to me, and I kind of wanted to have this as like a teenager bedroom, rather than just having 2 double bedrooms, because that's kind of boring. It's not really a family home then particularly. It's kind of just like a home for like 2 adults or whatever, and I kind of wanted it to specifically be a family home, especially with that like nice garden space out the back, because then you could have like swings, or are there swings in the game? I can't even remember. Am I mixing it up with Sims 3 or 2 or something? Anyway, because I know there are like climbing frames and like stuff like that. So yeah, I wanted it to kind of be more targeted at being a family home for my download, but you could turn it into like 2 adults, a room, a house sharing or whatever. if you wanted to, because there is a space to put a double bed in the second bedroom. Here you can see me working on the master bedroom. Initially I was thinking of putting some curtains up over the two windows that make up the light well. As you can see here, I was playing around with various curtains and everything, but then I thought, well, the top of the light well is kind of covered by plants, and then I think in just a little bit I do actually add, oh here we go, I add those like over window thingies over there, so you've got no chance of seeing into the light well now. So I thought, well, if that's the case, I might as well just leave the windows without curtains, because it's letting in a lot of natural light, which, as I said earlier, like prevents it from being kind of depressing in here. And then, I mean, no one's going to see in anyway, so I figured I might as well just leave it as it is. So yeah, so I've got this double bed in here, and then I did actually put another desk in this corner here, because although we've got the one in the main room and then we've also got the one in the teenager room, I figured if you wanted to change up the teenager's bedroom into being an adult bedroom, and then you couldn't fit a desk in there if you wanted to take out the one that was in there from Tiny Living, at least then the master bedroom has got its own desk in there. Just finishing it off, I added some plant pots outside as well as a bench and a couple of lights, just so that the courtyard is looking nice and shiny and welcoming. And then of course adding in the bins and the mailbox, because they are very important. And I do tend to forget to put those in sometimes, so I have to remind myself at the end of every build to remember to put those in. So yeah, this is the outside seating area under that bit of a trellis, and just some simple landscaping with, of course, you can see that fish tank is open to the elements at the top, so let's hope no neighbourhood cats come along and try to eat them. So as I was saying, this entrance courtyard here bit has just a bench and a couple of plant pots in, and then if we head into the main room, we have everything arranged around that fish tank. So we got the office space, the lounge space, the kitchen space, all around that central fish tank. And then if we head this way, we've got just the single bathroom here. We've got the teenager or children's bedroom, or if you wanted to change it, the second double bedroom here, which I haven't decorated on the walls much, but you know, I've just, you know, kept it quite simple. With this cute little desk in the corner. I really like this desk from Tiny Living. It's so cute, and you can just fit it into any kind of nooks and crannies. It's great. And then heading over here, we have the lovely master bedroom with that gorgeous light well there. Both, of course, have got those built-in wardrobes, and you can see on top this is how it looks, so you're definitely not going to be able to see in through that light well. Then yeah, so we've got the built-in wardrobe, a mirror on the wall, and it's got its own little desk here in the corner. So yeah, that is my overview. I'm just gonna hop into the footage of the live playtest so that I can show you that the double bed is accessible from both sides, and also show you how to get that fish tank working. And unfortunately the weather was horrible when I did this live playtest, so everything looks a bit gloomy and a little bit sad, but it serves its purpose of showing you, you know, that everything works, and also giving you a proper demonstration of how to get the fish tank working once you've downloaded this property from the gallery. Oh, and speaking of, as always, link in the description down below if you want to download this for your own game. So here you can see when we're in play mode, in live mode, that the bubbles are coming out of the fish tank that's not there. So what you need to do is go into build mode, and then get your sim to purchase all fish. Once you have moved that rock out of the way, go back into build mode, move the rock back, and you have a fully functioning massive fish tank with little swimmy around fish. I think you have to make sure that you have the move objects cheat on, which is the bb.moveobjects cheat on, so that you can keep the rock at the same level. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but just put it on just in case, just to be double sure. And then here you can see me just play testing that you can get into both sides of the double bed, and yes you can. So yeah, that is my family underground house build. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to check out Everson's video giving you a tutorial on how to make that fish tank, which is where I got the idea from. Yeah, so thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye!